What? What? Is this really happening? Is this really happening? What's going on, everybody? I'm seeing people chiming in from all over Texas, which is absolutely wild. We are using technology for the benefit of humanity. If you could say that Watch a More Day Tripper is for the benefit of humanity. I don't know if you can or not. But man, I'm going to just start shouting out some people. What's up, Dennis Butler from Magnolia? What's up, Harley Polson, who just says yes. I don't know where you're from. Weston Rash, Ruby Ariel. We got the Nerd Brothers here, Kennedy Smith. This is absolutely awesome. So anyway, thank you to everybody for tuning in with this thing. This is going to be a ton of fun. We're watching the Waxahachie episode, which I know many of you are aware. Hopefully you maybe there's some people from Waxahachie out there. If anybody's from Waxahachie, chime in, give us a big thumbs up, say howdy. I hope everybody's enjoying quarantine. I got some people chiming in behind me. Hey, look. We got Ken in here. Look right there. That's the camera.
Hi.
I got Ren.
Hi.
All right. They're gonna try to watch in the living room, right? They're gonna cue this up.
I saw a rattlesnake today.
That's right. We did. The rattlesnakes. Here's Laurel. Come on, Laurel.
My foot hurts because I have a blister.
That's right. She has a blister. All right. Go watch in the living room. And there's Mrs. Day Tripper. Come wave, Mrs. Day Tripper. Back here.
Howdy.
My beautiful wife, Laura.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. We, a lot of y'all see her as location scout. She did location scout a lot of the places in this episode. So, anyway, they're going to fire it up in the living room. Hopefully, a lot of you guys are streaming it to your TV or, hey, maybe just gathered around the laptop or the iPad tuning in. One thing that's going to be cool because I'm going to be sort of giving y'all the behind the scenes on the episode here. The crew is all going to be chiming in over here. Did I just see Meat Church is in the house? Yes, Meat Church Barbecue in the house. That's who we know from Waxahachie. You guys are going to see them in the episode. So anyway, it's going to be a ton of fun. I'm going to basically, we thought if I'm just talking over the whole thing, a lot of y'all are going to be like, I can't hear this. This is terrible. So I'm going to kind of be starting and stopping a lot of it. And kind of giving y'all some behind the scenes stuff as you go. This is our first time doing this. So you guys please have a little bit of grace for us. And if this goes well, then maybe we're going to start doing it for all the episodes. We shall see. Hopefully we won't be in quarantine for all the episodes, if you know what I mean. We've done a lot of in-person parties, which are always a blast. And hopefully we won't be relegated to these streams. But for the time being, while we're all sitting around with, twiddling our thumbs, so to speak, and, no sports, no church, no, just all the things that keep us busy, right? We've got a little chance to get together here online and do this. But what I was saying, I'm going to be narrating, so I won't really have too much time to monitor the feed, but my team is over there, and Richie's there, John Mark, Daniel, Lindsay, Elena, Todd may even be chiming in. Y'all go over there and see them, and shout out to my team that made this happen. I certainly couldn't have figured all this out on my own, so John Mark and Lindsay were critical in this whole bad boy. So thanks to them. I got the greatest team in the world, which you guys know that because y'all watch the show. And there's Daniel. I see him right there. And if at any moment y'all have questions, please chime in on the chat. Someone should be able to answer it. But Waxahachie, let's talk about it a little bit before we get in the episode, right? Cool town, really awesome historic square. A lot of people see this as the Texas Country Reporter's turf, and I was there, and they're like, wait, are you allowed to go to Waxahachie? Isn't that where Bob Phillips is? I was like, don't worry about it. Bob Phillips and I are buddies. So thank you, Bob, for rolling out the red carpet in Waxahachie for us. I don't even know if you knew we were there, but, you let us on your proverbial turf, and we're very grateful for it. So you guys aren't here to hear me blurb. You're here to watch an episode. So let's go ahead and get into it. Right off the top, you guys are going to see the sponsor spots. And shout out to our sponsors. Each one of these guys is super critical to the... I got a lurker. Wait, Mardi Gras was a few weeks ago. All right, anyway. I'll wear Mardi Gras beads. Thank you. If you have ice cream or cookies, I'll take those too. I just finished dinner. So, Waxahachie, love this town. You're going to see our sponsors straight off the bat. These guys make our show possible. Without these guys, we would have no show. We love PBS. They're a wonderful partner, but they don't contribute to our show financially. The only way we keep gas in the tank is because of these partners. So please, let's all take a moment and salivate over some barbecue. Check out some cool ranch hand grill guards, and want to go to Georgetown, get insurance, and all the good things. So here we go. Waxahachie episode.
The Day Tripper is made possible by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Real Texas barbecue.
Hey, all right, I'm not going to pause it this much, I promise, but in the current quarantine situation, if you guys have a chance to go and love on Rudy's Barbecue, if you love Rudy's as much as we do, why not get some barbecue to go? They would certainly appreciate it in this weird time. I mean, we are living in a unprecedented time here in America, and so what's most important is that we all band together and support one another to get through it. It's certainly strange, but there's some beauty coming out of it as well.
Dell Precision Workstations. Laptops and desktops designed to power the creativity of the storyteller. The city of Georgetown, where big ideas meet small-town charm. Georgetown, the most beautiful town square in Texas. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Protection and peace of mind for Texans since 1952. Don Hewlett Chevrolet in Georgetown, making Texas road trips possible for nearly 50 years. Don Hewlett Chevrolet, Texas true. Built in Shiner, Texas. Built by hand. Ranch hand truck accessories. Built to take a hit.
What is it about highway towns that gives people preconceived notions and makes them think they know a city just because they once stopped at a gas station? I mean, that's crazy. And today's trip is going to surprise many of you, because even though you may know about it, well, you don't really know it. And to know it is to love it. Waxahachie. Can you see the mural? I mean, is it big enough? I don't know if it's quite big enough to show up on camera. All right, shout out to Waxahachie for having the most enormous mural in Texas. There's a lot of times that we have to drive around forever before we actually find something that says the name of the town. And it did not take long in Waxahachie. The mural is enormous. But anyway, good job, guys. Good job. I think nowadays, every town, if you don't have a mural already, you just go and paint one on the side of a building, right? We're living in the era of social media. You got to have a mural for people to take photos in front of. Anyway, all right. That's it. Back to the episode. All right, pause right there. Look at what it was John Mark did to the town. It looks like a tiny little model town. So that's it's kind of a film filter called tilt shifting. I have no idea how it actually works, but it takes whatever is a real image of a city and like makes it look like you're looking at a tiny little train set. All right, anyway, back to the episode. Somewhere near the south end of North Texas sits Waxahachie, about 30 miles from downtown Dallas. Welcome to Waxahachie, not Waxahachie, the obvious way to pronounce it, Waxahachie. But what does it mean? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's actually the native Indian word for buffalo or cow. It's also the name of the local creek upon which this town was founded. So, Buffalo Creek. But that's just one of its names. I mean, it's also the crepe myrtle capital of Texas. It's the gingerbread city. And to the locals, well, it's just lovingly Hatchie. All right. Can we just take a moment and recognize how weird Texas pronounces so many of their towns? We got Bernie, we got Burnett, we got Green, which I guess technically that is correct. Most people would say Groon. The Pyote. I mean, Waxahachie is one of them that should be on the list. Shout out in the chats if you know some other really goofy named Texas towns. Today, Waxahachie has about 35,000 residents, and it's growing rapidly. But no matter what the future holds, the town keeps at least 1 foot firmly planted in the past and preserving its history. Like Ellis County's historic Romanesque Revival Courthouse, often considered one of the prettiest in Texas. But hidden amongst the ornate carvings is one of the best Lone Star legends about lovesick revenge. So the legend holds that a young stonemason came to Waxahachie to work on the courthouse. And when he did, well, he fell in love with a local girl. Ooh. He was so enamored with her beauty that he decided to carve her fair face all over the facade of the courthouse.
Oh.
I mean, just look at her. Beautiful, wasn't she? Ah, but a fickle thing young love is. And as the courthouse grew in grandeur, well, their relationship began to deteriorate. And with each new carving of her face, well, she became a little less angelic and a little more demonic. Ooh, I suppose love fades. However, stone carvings do not. All right, this is one of my favorite Texas legends. And as with a lot of things like this, people often ask, like, so is that true? And my response is always the same. Of course it's true. You know why? Because a Texan told me, and Texans never lie. Man, that's worse than being stuck in a Taylor Swift song. For more walks of history, well, let's head across the street to the Ellis County Museum. Organized and run by local citizens, this museum gives visitors a glimpse back in time. Am I in focus, John Mark? Because honestly, I can't see anything. Oh, much better.
Is that better?
Much better. In the history of Waxahachie, cotton was king. And check this out, look. It's a bale scale. Weighs cotton bales. So you stab the hooks in. I mean, these things could weigh 500 pounds. Enormous. All right, so Paul Richards is a local baseball hero. He's a famous player and manager. Actually won a World Series with the Detroit Tigers back in the 1940s. The baseball field here in town is called Richards Park. And way back in the 1910s, it actually hosted professional baseball spring training. So players like Ty Cobb came to Waxahachie to do spring training on that field. Can you imagine pro teams going to a town like Waxahachie nowadays? That's awesome. Moment of silence for baseball. Opening day was supposed to be, I think, yesterday, and we're going to miss it. Moment of silence. I'm sure they'll probably get the at least the last half of their season, maybe longer. How long is baseball? It's like, I don't know, 500 games or something crazy like that. This is my pitch to professional baseball, because I know the commissioner's watching. Shorten the season, please, so we can actually pay attention to it. All right, back to the episode. The locals love Waxahachie. Now, you can't be downtown for 5 minutes without noticing all the painted hearts. And I'm feeling touched. And so to commemorate this trip, I'm gonna leave a tiny piece of it behind. The day tripper loves Waxahachie. Check it out, they have a Paris-inspired love lock fence. Also gonna leave it for y'all if you can figure out the combination. You can take a piece of my heart home with you. Thank you, Waxahachie. All right, we really did set a combination on that lock, and if you can go and choose the combination, you get to take that one home. And when that one's gone, we'll replace it, because we got people at the museum watching to see when that lock walks away. walks away. Oh, wow. I'm really good at this. Really good at this. I've just got a brilliant entrepreneurial idea. We're shutting down the show. We're going to open a Chinese food restaurant in town. Waxahachie. Waxahachie. See, I told you I was good at this. Oh, come on.
No one's ever thought of that.
Well, it's not open, Daniel, so obviously no one has.
Okay.
I'm gonna open a cell phone kiosk next to it. It's gonna be called Squawksahachie.
Or just Talksahachie.
Talksahachie.
Hey, that's our talk show.
That's the morning talk show. That's the morning talk show.
Talksahachie with Richie and Chet. That's gonna be good.
We'll have to redo the intro song though, because that's not gonna cut it.
Yeah. All right, if anybody in Waxahachie wants to greenlight Talksahachie with Richie and Chet, we'll be standing by. Well, until I get the doors open on my restaurant, there are plenty of other great food stops. I mentioned this is the gingerbread city, and that's because of the homes and all the intricate woodwork adorning their front facades. It sort of makes them look like gingerbread. All right, truthfully, I think Waxahachie has more beautiful historic homes than I know of in any other town. I mean, there's got to be someone who actually has done an inventory of them, but Waxahachie, man, homes are absolutely beautiful, and there's a lot of pride of ownership there. They're keeping it up, like you see in this big pink one. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable living in a pink house. And let's be honest, what in the world does that door go to that goes to the roof? I'm hoping there used to be some sort of like a balcony there, and it's not just a door like in the Muppets that you walk out of and you fall to infinity. Maybe it is. I don't know. Houses, doesn't it? And while a warm piece of gingerbread sounds amazing, well, we're going to head to one of the gingerbread homes instead that's serving up some amazing catfish. Housed inside an old Victorian home, the Catfish Plantation is Waxahachie's most iconic restaurant, and it serves up good old-fashioned country cooking. But what makes this place especially unique is that all the cooking comes with a side of paranormal activity. Don't believe me? Just flip through these binders, which are full of customer experiences and photos. The mother, Sean, is the executive chef, and here's her daughter, Amelia, and father, Dr. Landis, to tell us more. All right, so I was going to ask y'all about the historic architecture of the house, but I think I need to start on...
Stop. Oh, something you said. Stop. There's something interfering in this room.
Sometimes they do interfere when we do filming or investigations. And
All right, honestly, something was interfering with our equipment. We don't know why, but it was probably the fact that our equipment is old and we're a PBS show, so we don't have the funds to really replace the equipment that often. And so, anyway, it happens in about every other location. But it did happen at the Catfish Plantation, too. Ooh. I promise this isn't staged. Maybe the ghosts are more Texas Country Reporter fans.
The thing is with the activity, we're rated in the top 50 most consistently active in the U.S. When we do investigations, we generally always get something.
Floating orbs and photos, taps on the shoulder. They've seen almost everything.
Like sometimes you'll come in and things aren't where you left them, or something's knocked over.
There's strange things that happened. One of the busiest nights that we ever had. All the lights in this room went out. Our light switches are behind the dumbwaiter. Someone had to have walked in, opened the dumbwaiter, and turned off the light. Yeah, and without being seen.
All right, so Grandpa here is a highly respected scientist, and when you start to ask him about the things that happen in that house, his response is really, listen, scientifically, we don't have an explanation, and I've looked into every angle, whatever, physical, biological. He's like, I don't know if this is on some weird vortex. He goes, but things happen in this house that cannot be explained scientifically. So, woo!
Most of my guests claim that the bathroom is the most haunted place in the restaurant. I've had this personally happen. The door lock popped and a man walked up and I could hear him open the hallway door, walk in there, open the restroom door, and I'm like, are you kidding me? The kind of mischievous things.
Don't be scared, y'all. I'd live here too if I were a ghost, just so I could eat the food. Assuming ghosts can eat human food. I'm gonna pull a paranormal activity and make some onion rings disappear. These look awesome.
That's a big onion ring.
Oh, these are so good. I remember the first time I ate here, I was blown away that this is some of the best catfish I've had traveling Texas.
What sets us apart from other places is that we do not order anything pre-battered. We batter everything by hand.
Oh yeah, slow motion sloppy catfish hitting the flour. I get really hungry at the weirdest things, and this is one of them.
Cook everything. We put a lot of time and effort into our recipes.
As they say, come for the ghosts, come back for the food. But I wonder what the ghosts are. They think one may be a lady who used to live here, but there's a lot of things that might haunt this place. Either way, did y'all see that? Did y'all totally see that? Something, I don't know. I mean, I've looked at this footage a lot. What was that? Time to eat. Oh my gosh, there it is again. Can y'all see that? I don't know, maybe my mind is playing tricks on me. Whew, all right, here we go. Catfish platter, right? You're gonna come to the catfish plantation, you go with the house specialty. I got half Cajun style, which is kind of a spicy batter, and then half regular. But both of them are hand battered. Woo! And it's fresh out of the grease. I'm gonna have to let that cool off a little bit. See that? The Cajun catfish is awesome. Oh, just for the record. I mean, the Cajun catfish is
fried
awesome.
catfish.
Usually it's reserved for, like places with peanut shells on the floor and old wagons. All right. Let me wait.
Things hanging
I'm gonna
on
get
the
back
wall,
to me.
things like that. I gotta say, this is the most unique
This is something
place
I'm
you can eat
only
fried
gonna
catfish
say
in
to
Texas,
you guys.
without a doubt.
But if you look at my beard here, it is slightly shorter than my beard in the rest of the episode. And the reason is that we were going to film Waxahachie, and the week before we filmed, the pipes busted in the catfish plantation. And the kitchen shut down completely. I mean, it's an old house, pipes bust, these things happen. And so we were like, well, darn, we're going to have to just come back and film a different day. And so we had to come back maybe 2 months after we had already filmed the episode and film this segment. And I think the guard on my razor, I was about to, give myself the fresh cut on the face, and went back and had to go and look at the photo. I was like, wait, how long is my beard? And I don't think I quite nailed it. My beard in this segment is, maybe y'all wouldn't have noticed it if I hadn't pointed it out, but significantly shorter than it is in the rest of the episode. So that's just what a weird freeze frame for me to choose for this deal. But anyway, just a little thing, this is why we're doing these behind the scenes things, right? So we filmed this a couple months after we filmed the rest of the episode. It didn't all happen in a single day, FYI. None of the episodes do, but shh, keep that secret.
Oh, the Cajun catfish is where it's at. It's almost like the whole thing was soaked in hot sauce, like buffalo catfish. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. Oh, it's so good. Yeah. No, it's a ghost. It's a catfish ghost because I'm eating your family. Oh,
Wait, Daniel. If you're controlling the ghost catfish, does that mean you're a ghost too?
This is so bad.
That's enough. All right. You'll just have to come and have your own cat norm. Catfish. I'm telling you, that's what the ghosts are. And they're coming back for revenge. Coming back for revenge. Brilliancy of editing. When we filmed that scene, that dining room was absolutely empty, but we had other shots of patrons in the restaurant looking awkward, just because when you put a camera on people in a restaurant and they're trying to eat, they often look awkward. And John Mark put them on top of these things, like staring at me, which I thought was hilarious. Normal experience. Oh, and shout out to Daniel for being willing to become a ghost on screen. Well done, Daniel. Now, Waxahachie is no stranger to the spooky. Across town is an even spookier home that isn't inhabited by ghosts, but by Frankenstein, his wife, along with a goofy vampire grandpa, all at 1313 Mockingbird Lane. Address for the Munsters Mansion. Oh,
Hi.
this is a trip.
Welcome to the Munster Mansion.
This is owner and Munsters Maniac. This is unbelievable. What this lady has built, because she was a Munsters fan, her and her husband, what they've built, unbelievable. And I tried to ask why she liked the Munsters more than the Addams family, and I almost got kicked out of that house. Evidently, you're not supposed to mention the Addams family in the Munsters Mansion. No, I'm just kidding. But I am curious. You guys, what do y'all prefer, Munsters or Addams family? Which one was your bag? If you're old enough to remember them, that is. I remember watching like Nick at Night, watching the Munsters. I don't have many memories of ever watching the Addams family. Maybe they weren't on Nick at Night, but I definitely watched me some Munsters. Sandra McKee. What inspires someone to build an exact replica of the Munster Mansion?
Well, I grew up with watching the Munsters, of course, and we restored an old house in town, and I wanted to build a new house, but I didn't want it to look new. And I started researching, and we went by watching all 70 episodes over and over. And here we are. No blueprints, no nothing.
The Munsters TV show ran from 1964 to 1966, following a creepy yet kooky family of monsters. Sandra studied the shows. Okay, Sandra obsessed over the shows, watching how many steps the actors took between doorways and furniture. She even built the family pet spot, a home under the stairs. So this is exact replica.
The living room is identical to the show. I mean, everything all the way down from, of course, my organ. That was very important to have the exact organ like in the show.
You guys have just nailed it. It's incredible.
And of course, we do have the dungeon over here. Grandpa had to have his dungeon.
Yeah. Sandra has bought lots of actual props from the show that are sprinkled about, like this dining room set. This is the same fish that Marilyn and Herman Munster sat down to eat?
Well, yes, it is.
So I didn't realize it until we were leaving, but a lot of the things in the house are actual set props. So when television shows go defunct, their props go to like the secondary market. You can buy them on eBay, you can buy them at Comic-Con, you can buy them at all these different things. And so I've started saving day tripper props so that way when I'm dead, they'll be worth a lot of money. Maybe. Like let's start the bidding on this can of Rambler sparkling water, shall we? Anybody? No. Let's be honest. My junk's never going to be worth anything.
Of course it is. The kitchen is really one of the most important rooms in the house, I believe. And they showed it in every single episode. And as you see, there's Lily.
You feel like you're on a Disney set. Like you could remake the Munsters right now.
I would do it. I would do it, yes.
We've got a camera crew. All right. Who's Grandpa?
Call Herman.
Herman.
Grandpa. Joan Arc has to be Lily.
So yeah, I'm Eddie? All right, great. That's fine. Every room unlocks a memory in the cobwebbed vault of my brain, from Eddie's room to Lily and Herman's canopied bed. And you don't have to be a Munsters geek to appreciate this place. Your picture's crooked. You might need to fix that.
In here is Marilyn's room. But
Daylight.
Yes, daylight in here, yes. And we do have a little secret passageway that goes in from this room into Grandpa's room.
Yep, secret passageways. How'd y'all get here? Some of the original cast members have come to visit Sandra's home, and they can't believe it.
Grandpa Munster and Eddie Munster came, and Grandpa came through the house and he had tears in his eyes, and he started talking about how...
All right, Grandpa, definitely my favorite. It's probably everybody's favorite. Grandpa, totally my favorite.
How many memories it's brought back.
Oh,
yeah.
He was my favorite character.
Yeah.
Are you finding there are less and less Munster fans still, or
No, I'm finding there's more and more Munster fans.
Really?
There are just tons of Munster fans out there.
And I guess with the binge watching habits nowadays, everything is archived. We can just pound through 70 episodes,
Yes.
so we're all up to date. In that regard, I suppose the Munsters will never die. But if you come to this home on a different night, well, you may meet the opposite fate.
This is my murder mystery dining room. We do murder mystery dinners once a month. It is a lot of fun.
I'm going to be back
I've
for one of
enjoyed it.
these.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Oh, you will. With these guys. We're all coming in.
Yeah.
Richie's the murderer. I already know it. The truth is, it's always Richie. Richie's the murderer. Even on the set. Anytime anybody dies on set, we blame Richie. It's happened more times than you think it probably should, and Richie's always the murderer. I'm just kidding. But shout out to Richie for always making the episode look awesome. He did it. Now, lots of folks have dreams of building the places from their favorite movies and shows, but leave it to a Texan to be crazy enough to actually do it.
I realize there's still like half the Munsters episodes I haven't seen. So I could be here a little while. Y'all just keep moving ahead.
Black Cat, honestly, not staged. We did not pay a Black Cat actor to come and be on the front steps of this house. That Black Cat right there, I guess it didn't like Richie because it hissed at him. Creepy. That's scarier than the catfish.
All right, specialty shop only sells socks. Waxahachie.
Where's the best music store in town?
Waxahachie.
No, that's the club. That's the concert venue. The music store is Waxahachie.
So that's like where your high school kid goes because he needs a saxophone for marching band.
Yes.
You could put a hatchie at the end of anything.
Almost.
Waxahachie, okay.
Yeah, old Waxahachie Daniel back there.
I'm going to open one that is going to help people with keys and locks. It's going to be called Waxahachie.
Yes! Yes! Now you're talking, Daniel.
All right. Honestly, we had about 30 more minutes of us making Waxahachie puns in this show. I think the best one that didn't make it was a CPA in town. You know what they're called? Taxahachie.
Oh, we could go all day. But I've realized we need to get outside for a bit. And what better way to spend some time in the sunshine than hunting down and shooting your best friends? So let's head to 878 Airsoft. This is the largest airsoft field in Texas, complete with battlegrounds, buildings, and vehicles. I mean, this is all intense. And this is Dan Altman to explain a bit more.
I feel like I just stepped onto a military base. What are y'all doing out here?
Welcome, Chad. This is Airsoft, a sport where you take replica firearms that shoot small 6mm BBs. And you shoot at one another with these BBs. You wear iPro. It's very...
What is going on with these mannequins? I mean, for real, these have to be the creepiest mannequins that have ever been made in the history of mannequinism. Not a word.
Safe. They don't hurt much. They hurt enough to let you know you've been shot. And we'll do games of capture the flag. We'll try to take an objective point, like knock over a cone.
Most folks are familiar with paintball, and this is very similar, but it doesn't hurt as much, and the ammo is much, much cheaper, which is the reason this sport is growing fast.
We get families that come out. We have ex-vets that come out and play it. They love it. Anyone can play.
Let's hit the field. I'm going to hunt some people down.
All right, let's hunt them.
Let me introduce you to Team Tripper.
All right. My good buddies, Brad and Cody, I think they may be watching with us tonight. These dudes have become some of my dear, dear friends, and they were kind enough to come up to Waxahachie to get shot by people we don't know. And they look pretty darn cool doing it, too.
Me and my buddies, Cody and Brad. And we're going to try to at least look like we know what we're doing.
So, yeah, why are you wearing a ghillie suit?
Well, I lost the pants to it. So I figure it's a little Elton John, which I'm going to use to my advantage. I think we're supposed to have another team to play, but I don't even know where they are.
Are they around here somewhere?
I mean, maybe they chickened out.
Are we in the right place?
Act super tough, all right?
So guys, it's nice of y'all to show up in the helicopter. We had our entire armada of ships that we sailed
We got some boomers with helicopters out here, man. Sorry about that, yeah.
So, what's the game, gentlemen?
We're playing one cone. You got a cone, we got a cone, and whoever knocks over the cone wins.
Prepare to eat our tiny BBs.
Preferably.
It's a recon, gentlemen.
So we may be a little outmatched, but we got to keep our intimidation techniques going. The objective? Kick the cone. That doesn't sound too hard, except for the fact that folks are shooting at you. One great thing about airsoft is that you get to respawn just by going back and touching your base. So there is no downtime. Man, I think I'm getting pretty good at this. Never mind. Cut us some slack, all right? A guy on the other team is an actual Army Ranger, and combat games like this make me appreciate all the more what our military does for our country.
The game was real cute, boys. I mean, it was a kicking cones, a little playground, huh? You got anything more intense out here?
We probably figured something out.
All right, good.
Yeah, see you out there, nerds.
I've broken off from Brad and Cody. I'm gonna flank around to the right, catch them totally unexpected from behind. It's gonna be easy.
All right, believe it or not, first time I've ever ridden in a helicopter. I was gagged, laying on my belly with my hands behind my back, and had a guy sitting on top of me. And no lie, when he banked away, my body started to slide toward the window. I'm not going to say out the window because it was a little more subtle than that, but I felt like I was about to shoot out of the helicopter and tumble to my death. Which I can imagine is what people who actually get held hostage feel like. So a little bit of realism there.
After lengthy negotiations and a hefty ransom of leftover catfish, Chet was released from captivity. And yes, Team Tripper definitely lost.
Oh, that was a really close one. Okay, I'm going to pause it here and shout out to the airsoft field that 878 was a phenomenal place to play airsoft. I think we need to do a group airsoft matchup and battle. I think that's just a matter of course at this point. We got to go and do that. And keep doing it. But airsoft's awesome. I used to play paintball in high school and college, and it got expensive. The paint was expensive. These BBs are way cheaper, and they don't hurt as bad. So it was actually a lot more fun than paintball. So if you've played paintball but not airsoft, go and try airsoft. I think you'll really like it. I was pumped. It was really, really fun. I think our end of season party for the crew is to go out and shoot each other, which that's team bonding right there, really.
So one thing we haven't touched on in Waxahachie is their historic hunger for education. Of course, there's Southwestern Assemblies of God University, or SAGU for short, but it goes back much further. In 1902, the city built its Chautauqua Auditorium, hosting speakers from around the world. Think of it as a hall for TED Talks before TED was even born, and they still use it. Then there's the top of the Sims Library, holding the town's incredible Lyceum, where performances and speeches have been held for decades. But today, I'm going to get my education, like I do on many days, by heading to church. Although this one is a little different. This is Meat Church. Started by local pitmaster Matt Pittman, Meat Church has stormed the world of backyard barbecue with its signature rubs and recipes. They even have a barbecue specialty shop downtown. But the real show happens at Matt's house, a historic home that's been outfitted with an insane outdoor kitchen, custom built for Meat Church's barbecue.
All right, get ready, guys. If y'all haven't eaten dinner yet, you're about to start eating your arm. I'm just warning you. Shout out to Meat Church and Matt watching school.
Think of it like Sunday school, but with way better food. Folks travel here from all over the country to attend classes and learn from the master himself. So, you actually let people come over to your house and hang out?
Yeah, it's kind of different. Complete strangers normally.
And I did this for Matt. That's the only time I've drank a Miller Lite probably in the past 5 years. So that was for you, buddy. Shout out to your sponsor.
Yeah. How did this whole thing start?
So I competed in barbecue casually,
Yeah.
and made a tryout video to be on the TV show Barbecue Pitmasters, and got picked.
Did you bring your A game
I got
to
a
it?
solid 3rd place out of 3.
Hey, you know?
No, it was awesome. By the time the show aired, I'd launched a website and filed a trademark, and the rest is history.
Okay.
And as for the name, pretty bold for a guy raised Southern Baptist.
The reason I barbecue is to bring people together, like just the fellowship of hanging out and the memories and all that. And I do a lot on Sundays. I tailgate at Cowboys games. I always grill out Sunday night. And I was like, that kind of works. And it was a little edgy. So, plus we're in Texas, where barbecue's a religion anyway, so you can't go wrong.
Sure, that's right, man. Well, let's go to church.
Yeah, let's do it.
Matt's classes are laid-back family affairs. I mean, we are in the backyard where Matt and his wife Tracy raised their 4 kids. The menu can be anything smoked or grilled, from brisket to turkey, but tonight, it's steak.
We're gonna talk steak. I'm gonna teach you how to grill the perfect steak, which is always a good lesson. So these are boneless ribeyes, and these tomahawks are bone-in ribeyes. There's no difference other than this is way more expensive because it looks sexy, and we're in Texas, and we're doing a TV show, so this is what you do, right?
So much for not breaking the 4th wall, Matt. You're telling them that they're on a TV show? Come on, we're supposed to be living in a fantasy world and going to a normal meat church class, and you're calling out the cameras? Come on. I'm just kidding. I thought that was pretty hilarious, actually.
Like, this is boring. This is where it's at.
So much for blending in, but I fully support his decision. After a good rub down with meat church seasonings, they go right into the smoker. But we don't just sit around and wait for dinner to be done. Oh no, the class and the eating has just begun.
These are appetizers.
Yes.
Here, you gotta do a rib toast.
Heck
Come
yeah.
on now.
Cheers. Ooh, yeah. Holy moly. That's your next rub. Holy moly.
Done.
Sound like that.
Different styles of
These
barbecue.
are some of the best ribs I've ever had, man.
These are dry rub, 3 hours in the smoke, foiled for like the last hour, no sauce, served. Simple.
Matt gives away all his secrets, which he doesn't consider secrets at all.
This speaks to why you're doing the classes, like, right?
We put seasoning on it. It's nothing crazy.
I'm sorry you have to film, John Mark. Look, I'll be nice.
Oh,
Just don't get the grease on the camera.
Can't promise that.
And you can get one too.
Oh, that's better.
Now back to our regular dinner programming. The Waxahachie have been smoked to a perfect medium rare temp, and now they hit the live fire to sear and caramelize the outside.
Okay, so the last step.
Meat, fire, flavor. Oh my gosh, I've already had dinner, but I'm about to start licking my computer screen.
Really easy. We're just gonna sear about 1 minute per side. How's that look good?
Whoops, I just saw the hurt. So Cody and Brad's families got to come to the meat church class. You're going to see them spotted all over this thing, which is pretty cool. Ah, yes, the moment we've all been waiting for. Or at least I've been waiting for.
Look at that. Look at that. Dead on.
No. The Bible says, taste and see that the Lord is good.
Amen.
Oh, that is incredible, man. That deserves an amen. Start them singing, Richie.
It's easy to make your mind up about a place you've never really visited. And unless you've tripped in for yourself, Waxahachie is way more than you may think. From the history, to the food, to the passionate people carrying on traditions, I think it's time you make your own Trips-ahachie. Or is it Stops-ahachie? I'll keep working on that one.
Dude, the episode cannot get any better, so I think it is time that we sign off. So, I will see all y'all out on the road. Vaya con Dios, amigos.
All right, y'all can find out more about Meat Church if you just Google Meat Church. They're doing classes. Well, not now because of social distancing. But anyway, if y'all want to learn more about them, please start checking out that company. Phenomenal dude. Matt's a phenomenal guy. His whole family's phenomenal. The rubs are over the top. And if you get a chance to go and experience a class, go do it. Hey, trip on over to thedaytripper.com to find travel guides and watch past episodes so you can hit the road yourself and have your own day trip adventures. See you on the road. Hey.
The Day Tripper is made possible by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
All right, here, you
Real
can see yourself in the,
Texas
there, right
Barbecue. Dell Precision
Look at this. I asked for cookies and ice cream, and they brought me Cookie Overload Bluebell ice cream. These kids are the best.
Workstations,
Wait, you're gonna eat
laptops, and desktops designed to power the creativity of the storyteller.
Yeah. It's
The
still
city
going.
of Georgetown, where big
Right there.
ideas meet
Say
small town
hi.
charm. Georgetown, the most beautiful town square in
There's
Texas.
not a whole lot left in this thing, truthfully.
Texas Farm Bureau Insurance.
You think?
Protection and peace of mind for Texans since 1952.
I love you, Drew.
Don Hewlett Chevrolet in Georgetown, Texas. Hundreds of vehicles available from compacts to SUVs and trucks online and
Okay, come
on
get one.
site. DonHewlett.com. Built in Shiner, Texas. Built by hand. Ranch Hand Truck Accessories. Built to take a hit.
Wait. Y'all don't get all of the bites of my ice cream.
It's not yours.
Well, y'all brought it to me. If y'all brought it to me, it's mine. All right, here you go. Let me say bye to everybody. All right, guys. Bye. We love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this. This was pretty awesome, and I'm amazed that over 400 people were actually tuned in and cared about what we thought about the episodes. Hopefully this was fun for y'all. If y'all loved it, please leave us a comment. You see that subscribe button in the bottom right of the screen? If y'all could, click on that, subscribe to our channel. It helps more people discover the Day Tripper. It's just so phenomenal to have so many people out there who love the show, who watch the show. And I know it's frustrating right now that we're all quarantined and we can't go out tripping, but maybe we could trip virtually and we can plan out our future day trips. Remember, we just launched our app this month, and it was supposed to inspire a lot of y'all to go out and travel the roads. And well, maybe we're inspired, but our hands are tied and we can't get out and trip. But go to the App Store, the Google Play Store, find the Day Tripper Field Guide. It's got all the places from the episode on there. So if you like the Waxahachie episode, you're like, what are those places he went to? It's all going to be in the app. All right. And everything will be in there. The episodes will be in there. But these little things are something that we're going to do for fun on occasion. We're deciding right now if this is going to be open or for our team Day Tripper members. And I just want to remind everybody, during quarantine, we've given everybody a free month of Team Day Tripper. So it's where you can get all of our back episodes and you can see our new episodes before they hit TV. And we may be doing these things, like I said, for everybody, or it might just be exclusive for the team. But please go on and take advantage of that free month. And if you don't like it, by all means, cancel. It's going to be super easy before. It's only $25 a year, but you can cancel. Use it for the month. Show the Day Tripper to your family. Watch episodes. Let's all get through this. No offense if you cancel before the subscription kicks in at all. But we love you guys. I love the fact that y'all are here with me watching. Let's all just try to keep our heads up. It's an amazing time. Remember, God's always in control. He's got this. And we're just along for the ride. But what we can do in our position is encourage one another, love one another, help one another. Remember, acts of kindness go a really long way. Socially distant acts of kindness, mind you. All right. Thanks to everybody for making the Day Tripper episode this so much fun. I had a blast. Thanks to the crew for chiming in. I'm going to go back here and answer some questions with you guys. So even though I may in the live stream, I'm going to go back and flip through the feed and see if there's something I missed. Thanks to the crew, Richie, Daniel, John Mark, Lindsay, Elena for chiming in over here. Carl, Jesse also was part of this episode for chiming in over here and answering some of y'all's questions while I was queued in here. If there's some way we can make this better, by all means, tell us. Because this, like I said, was our guinea pig run. Who knows where we're going to go from here. But if there's some way, like you want more commentary, you want less commentary, you want me to talk over the episode. I don't know. Maybe we'll do giveaways next time. That'd be pretty fun. We could do trivia at the end of the episode for the people who are actually paying attention. Now that'd be cool. So anyway, I love you guys. Stay safe. Stay socially distant. Wash your hands. Remember, we're all in this together. This is the way you can protect the ones you love, by staying safe and staying quarantined. And we are going to get through this, and the tripping will resume before we know it. And it'll all seem like a big old nightmare and just gone deep into the past. But for now, vaya con Dios, amigos.